Hey guys, this is Nospaniol, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you a simple application, an hello world application. So this application will be something like this, where you will be typing in the your name. Like, let me just type my name. So, and then you click this button, it will greet the name. So we'll be creating a simple application like this, and I will introduce you to every concept about JavaFX and FXML, and the basic structure and layout in JavaFX and FXML application. So just join me. So first of all, I will introduce you to the software we'll be using. I'll be using the JavaFX scene builder. This one will be for creating the interface, and then you must also must install the JDK version of Windows. So my JDK version 8, version 141. This is the JDK that I've installed in my computer. So make sure you have JDK installed in your computer, and JavaFX in builder installed in your computer, and also make sure you have installed an IDE. So I'll be using NetBeans 8.2. That's it. So these three applications is what you will need, and then after doing that, now let us now create a new project. So file, and we will be creating new project. Then select JavaFX, and then JavaFX FXML application. Then select next. So here, first of all, before even placing the name, we will browse the location we want it to be stored. So I will create a new folder here, and I will say I'll call it tutorials. So that's it. And then after that, now select this folder tutorials, and then you can open it. And then now let us call our project. Let us give our project the name. So I will call it hello world. So that's it, and then now we can click finish. So now here we go. So, and you can see we have a controller class file, an FXML file, and the main class file. The reason why I'm calling this the main class file, it is because it contains the main method in the Java class file. This controller class file does not contain a main method. Let me explain now the structure before I even continue of the JavaFX in FXML scene builder. JavaFX FXML application. So we have an FXML file. This is where you'll be doing most of your interface. Your interface will be the FXML file. So we'll be using the scene builder to design the interface, and then now this FXML, when you edit it, it is connected to the controller class file. This one. So it is connected to the controller class file because when you give some IDs to some of the items in the FXML file in the interface, you'll do most of your coding in the controller class file, because it will be sending its values to the controller class file, and the controller class file, which is a Java class file, will be now interacting with the interface and the database if you are using the database or any other library. And then we have a main class file. So in this main class file, this is where as I have told you, I call it is the main Java class file in this package hello world, because it contains the main method, and also it gets the resource. So it gets the resource, the FXML file resource, which it contains the interface. So before we continue, I want to rename this FXML file. So I will rename it, and let us rename and call it something like hello.fxml, and then I will also rename this controller Java class file, and then so let me rename, and I will call it hello. That's it. So I'll refactor it. So make sure after renaming any Java class file, you refactor it so that you can make the necessary changes in the application, in the entire code. So When you do that, now there's one thing you should note, that these two Java class files, they all start with an uppercase letter. All Java class files always start with a uppercase letter. So, and then there's another thing you should know again. When you rename your controller class file, always remember now to edit your FXML file, because it can no longer find its controller class file. So now here we will be putting the name of our new controller class file, which is hello controller, and you can see the error disappeared. And then again, since we have renamed the FXML file, you also come to the main class file here, and let us put in the name of our new hello FXML. So once you have done that, now I will build this application so that you can see what the default application was, and so how we can design and change the interface. So I'll build it and run. So make sure first the build is successful before you run. And now here we go. So we have a simple application, and when you click this button, you can see there's a message here has been displayed, and in the console down here you can also see a message. You click me. So even when you click it again, you just note here that it will add another one. So I will show you how you can do this in Java, but ours will have at least a more appealing interface, and something more than this. So let us do now. For me, I have installed my scene builder. If you have installed your scene builder lightly and you have not connected it to the NetBeans IDE, you can just come here to tools and then options. So when you select an option, it will open the dialog, and then come to Java, and then now select JavaFX, and then here you can browse the location of your JavaFX file. Yeah, the JavaFX scene builder file. So let us come. It's mostly installed in this PC, local disk C, and then program files 86, and then look for a folder named Oracle. So Oracle, here we go. And then when you expand it, you can see the JavaFX scene builder 2.0. So this is the folder you're looking for, and then we select OK. You can click apply and then OK. So after doing that, now come to the FXML file, right click it and select open, so that now you can open your FXML file in the scene builder, because as I have told you, the scene builder is where we will be designing our interface. So this is the default application, and you can remember the button, and there was a message hello world below the button. It was displayed on this label. So let us just delete the button and the label, and then select the anchor pen. Now resize it. You can just resize it to be something at least bigger. And then here I will put inside something inside this anchor pen, and I will put a VBox. Drag this VBox and drop it in this anchor pen, and you can see now you can right click this VBox and fit it to the parent. The purpose of this VBox is to align everything inside it vertically, in a vertical manner. Without any VBox it cannot be aligned automatically vertically. You will have to place it one below another one, and I think that will be very casual. And again, the VBox is very important. Is a very important container. Then now we will need a text field. So a text field, and as you have seen in many forms, in many even login forms in the internet or anywhere, we use the text field in so many applications. So drag this text field. This is the text field, and then drag and drop it into the VBox. So this is the text field, and I will select this text field and right click it and select duplicate, so that we can have two of them. And then now I will select this to text field. As you can see, it is very compressed, so I'll select this text field, and then again select this other text field, and then I will come to the layout. So we want to give these two text fields some margin and some preferred width and height. So at least now it looks something good. And then here in the preferred width, you can set 300 to be the preferred width, and the height you can set it to be 35, and then you can set even the maximum width to be the preferred size, so that it cannot be something big, and I think 300 is very small, so let us just increase it to something like 500, and then that's it. I think that's we're good to go. And then come and select the VBox, and then when you select the VBox, come to the properties and select top center. Select this alignment, then select top center. So here now we are good to go, so that everything should be aligned to the center. So after doing that, now we will need something. We will need a button. So select a button. Type in here the button, and then when you do that, now drag this button and drop it inside the VBox. But it should be below this text field, so I'll just drag and put it like this. So you can see this line, it shows you where where it is, if it is in the uncapen or inside the VBox. So once you do that, now we have a button. I will double click this button, or just come here and rename this application by just double clicking it, and I will type in the name of a button or something that will just say greet name, because in this tutorial it's just about greeting names. So you can save the project by Ctrl S, or just file and save. So after doing that, now we have an interface. When you come here and you show the preview, you have an interface. But we want one of these text fields. We don't want a person to edit one of these text fields, so that it can display the greeting. So we want to use one of these text fields as a screen. It will serve as our screen. And when we want to click this button, we want it to take the name from this text field here and display it in this other text field. So to do that, now come to the first text field. We want this one to be a screen. So I will uncheck this checkbox here, and I will come down here again. Just tap down here, and I will select mouse transparent, so that you cannot select it and you cannot edit it. So let us save your project, your FXML file, and then come and preview, and again you see there is a difference. Now when I click here, it does not show me this cursor for editing. So now it is now time to code. So first of all, I'll give this screen an ID. I'll come to the code here. So this ID are important so that it can be identified in the controller class file. So come here and give an ID. The FX ID of this one will be, let us call it screen. So we'll give it an ID screen, and then come to this text field, the second text field, and let us give it an ID names, because here we'll be getting the names. When giving the ID, give it to something related to what you want your meaning, and then greet name. Select this button, and then give it an ID. And sorry, don't give it an ID. So Java is all run by events. So there are so many events in Java: on action event, on drag detected, on drag done, on drag done. So depending on what event you want something to happen, if someone clicks or someone presses some key, you can type the method here, the method that will be used in running the application. Hope you are not very new to methods, but I have done a class, a tutorial in methods, so that I can explain what methods are. But a method simply is where it's like where you'll be placing your formula to do the things that you want. So like taking names from this text field and adding it with a greeting, and then displaying it on the text field, the upper text field. So I'll type in some name here, and I will say like let me say greet name. That is the name of our method. Remember, for methods you can call it whatever name you want. So let us now, after doing that, now save your project, your FXML file, your progress, and then minimize the scene builder, and then now we can come and make the controller. So when you make the controller, it makes the changes in the controller. First of all, this label loses these FXML annotations. So what we'll be doing, let us delete this. We will also delete this method that was there before, because it is not relevant in this application again. And you can see the ID of the screen and the ID of the second text field. And now we have this method. So what we'll be doing, just press enter, and then now we want now to get the values that was entered in the first text field. So what you do, we will declare a string variable, because we want a string variable. And I hope you are not so new to data types, so there are many data types in Java. So we'll take a string variable. So like, and I will call it name is equals to, then now type in the text field that contains the names, and then a pointer and dot get text. So this method dot get text gets the values inside the text field and then assign it to the variable's name. And then we'll also now that we have done that, it is right time now to display whatever has been found in the second project, in the second text field, the one at the uppercase, the screen one. So we'll be saying screen dot set text. Now you want to set some values inside this text field. So this is how you'll be doing. This is how you set values inside the text field. But I have done a class of text field, so this is just a simple application. So into brackets, now place in here your greeting, and I will be saying hello, or let us say good morning. Good morning. Then I can place some space and then add a plus sign. This plus sign and then add the variable name. So remember, strings can be combined using a plus sign in Java. So that's it. And then when you do that, now you can now decide to build your application. When you always remember to build before you run, because now it creates this new JR file. And I don't know if you are so new to JR file, but these JR files are found here. So like in our project, we stored our project in names, folder click name tutorials. When you double click it and come to the list here, there's a JR file here. So this is the project. Now when you click this, it's an executable JR file, or a Java file. When you click it, it just runs your application like in Netflix. So now that has been successful, let us run the application. You see, and now here we go with the application. Now let us type in our name, and I will type in my name again. So let me just type in my name, and when I type in my name, it will get my name that way. So this is a simple application, and you will see it take values from here, the name, and then combine it with the string good morning, and then now display it in the second string. So that's it, and I can change the name, and I will say James, and when you do that, it will greet the name James. So that was it about Java, a simple application about the L1 application. So just subscribe, and we'll get to know more about JavaFX and FXML and more about Java. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate it.